Welcome to the Union Football Coaches Show 2017. I'm Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick, and we're going to talk for a moment about Broken Arrow because it's not a bad way to start against Broken Arrow on ESPN, but you're replacing a lot of people coming into this year. What was that like during the fall?
Well, you know, one of the things that obviously makes it interesting is when you're replacing a couple of staff members as well. You know, you've got guys that we're replacing on offense and defense and special teams, and lost a great senior class that won a championship here. I still feel like the core nucleus of our leadership is there, offensively and defensively, great returning players. But when all's said and done, you still have 4 or 5 guys that are experienced, and about a little over half of them aren't. And so you're going to see some growing pains in this game that we watched today. But as far as staff is concerned, we're real excited about some of our new staff members. Chance Riley in our offensive line was with us at one time. He's come back to replace Justin Morrissey, and so he's familiar with our system. He's familiar with Coach Ropke, our offensive coordinator, and so that was a great opportunity to bring him in and do those things. And we were able to hire some guys from outside that have come in, and I thought our staff dynamics, the way things worked on game day, the communication worked really well for the first game.
You'd mentioned going into this game that you thought your team wasn't as worried about being on television as a whole, but just wanted to present themselves well. As game time approached, did you keep that feeling?
Yeah, I really felt that way. I honestly think the excitement of the day for our kids was getting to play their first football game. I still think the excitement is today is you won and you get to go watch it on television. Yeah. Nobody's going to go watch it if you didn't perform well. So we did tell them, obviously you want to perform well, but I still think the hype that they felt was about being on the first game, and had some cool looking uniforms. That was neat for them, but at the end of the day, their goals are much bigger than just first game or being on ESPN.
By the way, I like the white helmets. All right, let's take a look at the stats as Union did beat Broken Arrow in this opening game right there on ESPN. First downs, everybody's about even. What I really like, though, is what your defense did, Coach. 199 total yards to a Broken Arrow team that really thinks they're going to be explosive.
Well, one of the things that you look at there is we knew that they were going to challenge us up front. We knew that their running game was going to be extremely tough to handle, and to look up there and see we gave up 46 yards rushing to a team that used 2 tight ends in quite a bit of their formations the other day. I was really proud of that. A couple of we slipped and fell down on one of those passes and busted a coverage on a fumble on another time, but I felt like we covered up the pass really well. Our kids were running the routes of the receivers, which to me is a testament that they worked very hard in their scouting of what Broken Arrow was going to do. So very proud of our defense performance. Offensively, it was that 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Too many miscues, too many inexperienced things, where we'd get a penalty here or there. You'll see we got into the red zone, 6 times and had to kick 4 field goals out of those 6. So we'll fix a few of those things, but all in all, I was proud of where we are. It's great to have a win and then try to correct those mistakes with a good thought in your mind.
Yeah, some may say you were able to kick 4 field goals because just having that guy on staff who can do that's a real comfort, isn't it?
Hey, there is no doubt about that. Noah tied a school record. 1996, Ben Roberts kicked 4 field goals in a game, and here was Noah. So that's a neat deal for Noah to come in and do that.
All right, so we're going to get to the first half highlights. Union and Broken Arrow next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
So I work in production, and I help cover a lot of college football games. There's a ton of running and lots of travel all over the place. You might think I'd go with a mega bank for the convenience, but actually I just switched to TTCU. I could have signed up online, but I decided just to walk in, and I'm so glad I did. Just for opening a checking account, they gave me $50 and $50 to a local school. And now when I travel, it's like a little piece of home is always with me. It really is unbeatable.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. I'm Rick Corey, along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. Now let's watch some of those really fun videos, shall we? Let's get to the highlights of Union and Broken Arrow.
It was a great game, obviously great atmosphere. Broken Arrow hosted us very well. We had the ESPN. It was really cool in that first quarter, and then it got really hot. But overcast, you can see our guys coming out. Lots of great spirit. Everybody at Union turned out for it. It was awesome. I can't say enough about this first play. Grant Heiser, senior, plays tight end, actually filling in a role on that and having the heads up to fair catch that ball. A lot of kids would have tried to catch it, but Grant, I think he has a 35 ACT, so he understood the situation well. Start off here, we got some run game going on there with Darius Boone. And, man, I tell you, we dodged a bullet right there, set up a screen, number 5 for Broken Arrow. Really good football player, had a good game against us. Punt the ball away. Landon Wood comes down, makes a nice play. See Darius Murdoch there, Kenya Wright. Our defensive line was very active. And, of course, Landon had a great game. Was our defensive player of the game. Just did an outstanding job. Nowhere to run, big Jordan Kelly standing up there, and then a lot of guys, Cade Brown coming in, making a nice play. There's Darius Murdoch. You're starting to hear some new names.
Yep.
Nate Raper. Some of these guys last year, what an outstanding play. Excellent video coverage there for our UView crew. Outstanding job with that. There's big Jordan. Jordan just getting off the block, making a nice play. Elijah Tomlin celebrating with him. As I said, you're going to hear probably 6 or 7 new names off of that team, but there's one that's not very new. Peyton throws a nice hitch underneath there to CJ Moore. Come back with the boot play to A.K. Wilson. Thought A.K. played outstanding. Did a great job for us. We come here to the edge. Kevion, Ricky Strongberg just burying his guy. And A.K., it's one of those deals where you say you keep the ball outside and get down the sideline. And he does the exact opposite of that and goes and scores. So that's the kind of guy A.K. is. Very smart, shifty, and pretty exciting play.
Yeah, that's one of those. No, good job.
Exactly. We come back here and start defensively. We started every possession on their end because Noah kicks the ball in the end zone every time. What a great job, Pat Fields. Huge play. Look at Nate Rabe, the tenacity. Missed a tackle, but didn't stop with that. You know, he's just relentless getting to the football. Nice hit right there from Braden Spicer. Outstanding job with that. And we get the ball right back to our offense. We get a great block to the outside there. Lawrence Harris, outstanding blocker in space. We get AK there, nice power play up front. Offensive line doing a nice job with that. Darius with the ball. Just missed a play or two on the quick screen to CJ. They were playing off of him. They had 2 guys on him deep, and so all the underneath stuff we executed very well. There's AK again, 4 or 5 yards. Keep the chains moving. You can see Ricky pulling up inside there. Just get behind that big guy, that offensive tackle, and you've got a chance. There's Noah with the field goal. As I said, tied the school record with 4 field goals on the day. Gets us up 10-0. They come out with a quick screen of their own, and love Landon Wood coming in, making a play. Nice job. I thought we tackled in space very well the other day.
I thought especially Spicer, and there
Spicer
he is again.
Another great job. Outstanding play for Spicer. Here he comes. These plays only work if you set a good edge. You see that Elijah Tomlin sets a tough edge, and we fit every gap up to it. Braden made a nice stop for us. They caught us with a little underneath screen, and again, talk about tackling. I mean, that's just an outstanding job by Elijah there on the tackle. There's Pat coming down from the safety position, makes a nice stop in the open gap. Swing the pass out. We got to show up and make a play again. You may get a first down at a few things, but if we get them on the ground, we're going to make them earn every bit of it. Big third down play there by Jordan Kelly.
He made there's a whole series of those coming up in the fourth quarter he makes.
Yep, outstanding job, and maybe a little Aerosmith ragdoll. Maybe that would fit in there very nice.
If he touches you, you're going down.
Get the swing pass out here to Kevion, so fast, 400-meter champion, and gets that edge so quick on people. Look at the excellent blocking inside there by Kevion. and Avery Alverson. Nice job there as AK picks up the first down. Go deep here. We talked about double coverage deep, and we're just off the mark there. I thought Peyton played very well in his first game, and we'll get a few of those things corrected. Excellent throw there. Not too many guys can make that kind of throw. And then we just split the seam there. Got an excellent block up front. Kevion goes in for a score, and everything feels like it's going our way. Excellent job there. You see Mario rolling. I think it was Tanner Ford at center who blocked back on that. And just a great job. We get Rodriguez wrapping up in the hole there, and we take a 17-0 lead. Unbelievable play. We ran the route for the kid. I really was proud of Landon there. Unfortunately, the back judge thought that he ran the route too good, I guess, and got us there for a little hold there, but excellent job by Landon. Kind of a busted play right here, and our kids are playing hard, see the fumble on the ground, and they get behind us there. Again, all these are correctable. The thing that I was most proud of right in here is how our defense stood up.
Yep, they kept fighting.
Kept fighting. You know, they get the ball in the red zone, big play happens to them, and you just see them continue to battle. Excellent tackle in there, good coverage. Got to make a big play when your team needs it. And there's Braden Spicer again. Run a little blitz, little delay blitz on his part. He comes clean and makes the play. We'll take another shot down the field. And again, BA had a great plan for that. And we just off the mark just a little bit. Darius run the ball tough inside. Get a little sprint out action here. Great protection down the field. And those are a couple things that are coachable. You know, on that third down, you know, just got to make sure that we get the ball where it needs to go.
There's Spicer again.
Spicer again with a nice play. Get C.J. Harris was in there at linebacker. Got some valuable snaps for us. And just kind of one of those crazy plays. Outstanding job on their part. Their receiver staying with the play, and they pick up a touchdown. Get CJ the ball to the outside. Again, all the underneath stuff. Got to be 100% on those things. What we tell our kids is any of our underneath stuff, any of that stuff, it's got to be 100%. And we did a great job with it.
You really see the speed there when you get Kevion outside.
Kevion on the outside with the stretch. Really nice job. There's another outstanding play underneath to Avery. All these underneath throws, again, we want to be 100% on them. You're seeing us execute, making it really tough on the defense. If you want to give it to us, then we're going to take it.
That's a heck of a throw.
There's Kevion, nice cut back on that. We get it stretched to the side. I thought our front side blocking was really good on that. That right there was impressive for me. The intermediate throws that Peyton did the other day was really good. Kind of slipped on the screen there, and but AK makes the most out of it, hops off the ground like a cat. This is one of those deals where, hey, they rolled coverage, they did a great job to what we thought it might be, come out of a timeout. We just got to do a better job with that, and we'll kick a field goal, take it to the half.
But Peyton Thompson there, when AK slipped, he was showed such poise. A lot of guys would fire that thing in there, and he waited for him to get up. That's really uncommon for a guy who hadn't played before.
It really is, and we're excited to see. You know, if that's our starting point, where's he going to get from there? And
sure.
And again, good starting point to a first half the other day.
All right, so let's come back and get the second half just in a minute. We're going to do that next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
Hey man, you cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh man.
Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola when the race is
All right, fine.
over. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Life savors the moment. The taste of
Are we good? We're good.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. That's the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. I'm Rick Corey, the voice of the Redskins. We're going to get right to the second half highlights of Union and Broken Arrow, and the Tigers will have it first.
Tigers get the ball first. We come out after a great half, and it's not every day you got ESPN cameras in your face at halftime. So that was kind of neat for our kids to experience that. We want to come out and try to establish something, and I tell you, I felt like we got a little impatient in this third quarter, offensively and defensively. And Broken Arrow came out and wanted to make a game of it, and they did a great job with it. Unbelievable play here. Again, we're running the post route for him, JT. He comes up with that play again if they run it, and just some experience things, and real proud of our defense with that. You can see where we get the football. Landon Wood did a great job. Our punt block team all day, get the ball 5 times inside the 50 during the game. Our special teams was outstanding.
Boy, and AK was just nails.
AK just did a great job with that. Look at the cut there by Darius. I mean, just the more he runs, the better he's going to get. Outstanding job. Those are the things we see him do every day in practice, and excited to see what he does as our offensive line grows up. Great job to the outside, again, moving the chains, and just one of those things where you're just trying to get a little too cute. Maybe with one of those plays that looks great on paper, we've got to do a better job of executing that play, and I think it's a good one. But it's kind of that 2 steps forward, 1 step back that we talked about there.
You got to give Darius some credit, though, for jumping on that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's our man Noah. Great job. You know, Cade Brown's our snapper, a 3-year snapper right there. Alex Davis, the holder. Just an outstanding job. How about that? How about the punch right there from the nose guard? I thought that Michael Panther did a great job in there. Just doing an excellent job with it. We missed the tight end here. Corner there, I thought Cam Watts did a great job of getting him on the ground. Again, kind of a new corner that footwork slipped on the turf, and I think at least he knows where the play was supposed to be. It's one of those where they get on the other end of the field, and you know, I start pressing a little bit. We kind of blitz into some things. Our guys are playing tough. They're playing such great base defense. After this, we kind of settle down and let them play. Look at Leroy cut off the backside. Again, when you get a 4 technique that can play the backside, cut back, force everything into the boundary, you got a good chance. It's a great play right here. I love this play right here. You can just see the guys swarming. JT McLeod comes up to finish it off. They hit the nice screen underneath, and great play on their part. Kenya Wright on the quarterback sneak. Excellent job. Should have left him in that position. I screwed this one up. I put him in another spot, and they scored on the next one. But outstanding job by Broken Arrow coming in and capitalizing on a big drive right here. Got to get him on the ground. You know, those are things. All these teaching moments. This great play on their part. You know, the Kaiser kid's an excellent receiver. Goes up and makes the 2-point conversion.
And again, doing a nice job catching the short ball.
Boy, you get that guy the ball, let him beat that contained guy and get outside. Just one guy away. Kicker brought him down. We're going to give him a hard time about that one.
He can run now.
Landon with a nice return. Let's go for the dagger right here. Try to get back in it. Again, we're going to get those things dialed in on that deep pass. Kevion there pushing, you know, 2 or 3 yards at a time. Guys working extremely hard. Really proud of our front. Quentin Barnes up there at offensive guard doing a nice job. CJ with a nice catch. And then we go for it on 4th down, and BA makes a nice play there. So it puts our defense kind of in a bad spot. Defense has got to respond. And again, our guys, huge hit by Spicer on the quarterback, defended really well by Watts. What a great play by Brown on the outside, and we stop him, so it gives the ball right back to our O. Got Boone back in there, a mishandle a play there. Again, just some of those small mistakes that we hope we can correct. Get into the 4th quarter. We have a big goal defensively with our staff, Coach Foster and the staff. We don't want to allow any 4th quarter touchdowns. And so this was a big deal that we started talking to our team about, especially in a situation like this. Hey, it's fourth quarter. We've got a lead. Let's put the game on our back. You see guys making plays. There's Jordan Kelly again, Big Leroy in there making an outstanding play.
And by the way, he'd made the play before too, and then watch the next one.
He just does a great job. I love how he reduces the shoulder on the offensive lineman, gets underneath. You see Darius Murdoch is there as well. Thought Jordan played a great game. There's Murdoch, there's Kenya Wright on the pressure. Get a nice screen play. Look at K. Brown, splits two guys and comes in and makes a play for a senior outside backer. Is excellent. A.J. Davis comes in, a junior receiver, great guy. They come in, make a nice play, get the fumble off the recovery. Our theme this year is you got your back, and our defense say, hey, that's all right. We're going to go back out there. You guys got us one time. We're going to step up here and make a play, try to get this game taken care of.
They'd gone to their other quarterback here just for a play.
Went to the other quarterback, which I thought would be the throwing quarterback. He actually runs one on us. So, but our defense continues in the heat of trying to continue to make big plays. We're coming down, making them earn every yard, and I felt like our guys really handled it well. See Landon Wood forcing the issue. JT McLeod comes in, knocks him out of bounds. Again, when it's late in the fourth quarter and you're trying to, deal with the heat and all those kinds of things, I thought our guys played very well trying to come up with the football. Get the ball outside. We need to get a drive. We need to get this to 2 scores. It's an 8-point lead. We get the ball outside. Again, one of those hitch routes that we want to be 100% on, just off the mark. And then this is a huge play. Finally dialed in that deep ball. And Avery Alverson, when you got to have a play and you're counting on a senior at the end of a game, just that experience right there is just very valuable to see him make that play.
Doesn't look like a guy who hasn't played much. He looks like he's been out there a bunch.
He really has done an excellent job, outstanding kid, a senior that we're really excited about. Take care of the football, get it down here in the red zone. Again, we feel like we can kick a field goal, and we'd love to score, but again, we're counting on Noah there. There's that 4th one that gives us that big lead, a 2-score lead. And so now defensively, with about 4 minutes left, we got to come in and make some big plays.
It certainly doesn't make you relax, but it does allow you to play a little bit more loose.
It absolutely does. We see some guys getting in there at the defensive line. I thought that Isaiah McGuire and Panther, Mason Givens did an outstanding job in relief, keeping our guys fresh. Really an outstanding play there. I love the play at the corner position there by Daylon Figures, comes in and knocks the ball loose on that 3rd down. We come back to a 4th down, and excited to see Landon, a guy who played so well, come up with that interception at the end of the game.
And the best play in football.
That is my favorite play, by the way.
It is. The kneel in victory, and the hands are shaking again and again. Union beats Broken Arrow, but it was not easy. And both sides can look and say, I wish we'd done this better, but it's game 1. That's what happens, right?
You're exactly right. I said it was a grind, and I'm kind of glad we went through a grind, kind of glad we have a chance. Our kids, after that game, feel like, hey, we got to go back and get to work, and so that's what excites me as their head coach.
We're going to come back and take a look at some pictures from this game, great ones with up close and personal. We'll preview next week, next on the Union Football Coaches Show. back on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Union Redskins, Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to up close and personal. We've got some terrific shots from this football game.
We really do. Really excited here to get some outstanding pictures here, and love that opportunity to get to see these guys come out. Excited, you know, everybody's 16, 17-year-olds at heart. You know, this is awesome. See him coming out of there. Got a new helmet, came out with a little chrome U, a little stripe, and it's actually not a new helmet. It's our old black one. We have to recondition those helmets, and I said, well, let's paint them white this time. So I thought it turned out really well, and I love those kickers. Landon Wood, senior, safety, punt returner, had a great game. How about Cornbread right there? Zoe Shannon, junior offensive lineman. What a great pick of Zoe, those big hogs up front. There's AK. Right now he's thinking, if I cut it back to the left and dodge about 12 guys,
right,
I'm going to score a touchdown. And I think he did exactly that.
And I'll show Coach I can turn
Yeah,
that back.
that's
right?
exactly right. Peyton Thompson, so proud of this young man as a junior coming in a pressure situation, and I just thought he did a great job. Here's Patrick Field on the cover. I told you we ran the route, you know. And, you don't know who was on offense and who's on defense right here.
But you know who should the penalty flag should be on.
You're trying to get me to comment on that, and I'm not going to. Hey, look at the pad level. If you are a youth running back right there, that's exactly how you carry a football. In traffic right there, high and tight. Thought Darius did a nice job with that. There's a big defense front. Murdoch and Jordan Kelly just did a great job up front. Kenya Wright on the other side there. How about Jake Henry, sophomore? You know, Ricky Stromberg had to come out for a few plays, and Jake came in. It's a great job. You got Cornbread back in there. You got Quentin Barnes. Offensive line is a great pick there. And there's Kevion, had a touchdown the other day. And you can see Kevion catches the ball so well out of the backfield. Just a great job. Proud of these seniors right here. Cade Brown up high there, tackled at the hip down low. Braden Spicer, just proud of those guys. There's Braden right there. Just an awesome guy to have returning at linebacker. Had the game that a kid would want to have to start his senior year out.
Yeah, a lot of focus right there. Right now, coming up, it doesn't get a lot easier. Euless Trinity. No one knows much about them in Oklahoma, so tell us about them.
Well, Euless Trinity is just a powerhouse in Texas, in the Dallas metro area. We've played them in 2012. We lost to them down there, but you know, they've won 3 championships. You know, and in the last few years haven't won one lately, but in recent years they're definitely have had a couple of national championships. The thing I could probably tell you is just because of the community and the school, they're kind of known for the Polynesian Samoan type historical team that they'll put a lot of huge guys out there. And the reason I bring up the Polynesian is because they're kind of known for a high school team doing the haka. That's something you want to come early and watch them as they travel. It's kind of their war dance that they do. So it's a lot of fun. I know their coach well. Got to know him on a couple of trips, and I know they'll be prepared. Big kid, big physical. This will be probably the toughest test we've had in a few years.
All right, it's going to be a big game, and it'll be right here at Union Tuttle Stadium. We hope to see you there Friday night. And we'll see you here next week again on the Union Football Coaches Show.